I suoi statuti generali dicono all'articolo 5.
In Article 5 of the General Statutes, it says, the general goal of the Focolare movement, the general goal, not the specific goal, which is dialogue, may they all be one. The general goal is perfection in love, to be reached by living the 12 fundamental points and the various aspects of our gospel-based spirituality.
Era, quanto ricordo, il 1954.
As I remember, it was 1954, still very early on. By then, the spirituality was almost complete, the 12 points, and one thing was clear to us. Maybe this seems new to you, as it did to me when I found these writings. One thing was clear to us. We had to be another Jesus. This is our vocation.
Ma come si poteva realizzare?
But how could this be done? It was very clear to us that it would be by loving. The whole Christian law is summed up in love. If we love, when we love, we are another Jesus, because we are no longer ourselves, and we're Jesus in everything we do. So our life had to be love. If we wanted to define what we should be, we would have to say, we are love, just as God is love. And here there's an idea, an enlightenment maybe, that you already know and live. Love is light. It's like a ray of light. When it passes through a drop of water, it's dispersed into a rainbow, and you can admire its 7 colours. They're all colours of light, which in turn have their own infinite shades. And just as the rainbow is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, we saw that love, the life of Jesus in us, would have different aspects, different colours. This life would be expressed in a variety of ways.
L'amore, ad esempio, è comunione.
Love, for example, is communion. It leads to sharing. Jesus in us, because he is love, would bring about communion. If we were to love, he would bring about communion. Love is not closed in on itself. It's something that spreads. Jesus in us, love, would be an outreach of love. Love raises up the soul. Jesus in us would raise our souls up to God. From this comes union with him, prayer. Love heals. We're truly healthy when we love. When we think of ourselves, we're sick. Love heals. Jesus' love in our hearts would be the health of our soul. Love brings people together in assembly. Jesus in us, love, would unite hearts. Love is the source of wisdom. Jesus in us, love, would enlighten us. Love makes many become one. This is unity. Jesus in us would fuse us into one. So these 7 ways in which love is expressed immediately seem to us to be the norm for our personal lives. We felt they would become the rule of our movement as a whole, and later for its various branches. And since love and only love is the starting point of all these expressions, communion, health, apostolate, of every aspect, and since it's always Jesus who lives in us in every aspect of our life, then our life would have a wonderful unity. So our human existence wouldn't be boring, flat and disappointing. It would no longer be fragmented and disconnected, where meal times have nothing to do with prayer, and that has nothing to do with the apostolate, which is confined maybe to an hour or a particular time, but life would become attractive and fascinating because it would always be Jesus who moves, Jesus who lives.